Hello everybody, it's Jeremy Galeves. Just wanted to continue our series that we're going over about explaining your auto insurance coverages and some recommendations that we have on that. So in the last couple of videos we've talked about your auto insurance and how there's three different kinds of coverage. There's the coverage that covers the other person should you get in an accident and be at fault. There's the coverages that cover the people in your vehicle if you're in an accident. And then there's the coverage that actually covers your personal vehicle should it get damaged. So we went over the liability part of it when we talked about how the state minimums are $25,000 per person, $50,000 per accident, and $25,000 per for property damage. And we discussed a little bit about how that is really low coverages and kind of went the details. So we've talked about all that. So moving forward, now we're moving from that liability, the first coverage, to the second type of coverage that covers you and your family should you get in an accident. And most people have heard of it, but the first coverage on that is your uninsured or your underinsured motorist coverage. Now what that does is, I heard some statistics that 40 to 60% of all the drivers in Oklahoma are either uninsured or underinsured. Another statistic was there's over 500,000 vehicles out on the roads today that are not insured with insurance. So it's kind of scary when you start thinking about it, because if you get in an accident, we talked about how that the average serious injury accident in Oklahoma is 430,000. If you get in an accident and the other person's at fault, they don't have insurance or they only have the state minimums, well, you could be looking at a $400,000 bill for the serious injury that you're responsible for. Now, sure, you can sue the other person, you can try to get your money, but you're still ultimately responsible for that. And a lawsuit's going to take time, and the hospital is going to want their money. And so what the uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage does is it actually provides you with that money, that gap, if you get hurt in an accident where someone else is at fault and they don't have insurance or don't have enough insurance to cover it. So if you go back to a serious injury accident, if you're looking at $400,000 bill, well, if you have uninsured motorist or underinsured motorist, then it'll kick in and pay. Now, the lowest we recommend is a 100-300, so 100,000 per person, 300,000 per accident. But most of our clients, they understand the importance of it, and they get a 250, 500, or 500, 500 policy just to make sure that if they're in that situation, that they're going to be covered, and they won't have to come out of their pocket for that $400,000 because of somebody else's irresponsibility. And so it's a very important coverage. We definitely encourage everybody to get it. Especially nowadays. I had a friend a while back that told me a story. He got hit twice in the same year in about a 6-month span. He got rear-ended, and both people were uninsured. They were actually here illegally from Mexico, and they hit him and destroyed his vehicle, and he had to get some chiropractor work and stuff like that. And all that had to come out of his pocket because these other people didn't have insurance. And so it just goes to reinforce just the importance of having that coverage, but then also the importance of making sure that you have enough liability coverage should you be at fault to cover those other bills, so that that responsibility is taken care of. Well, that's all I got. Thank you guys for listening. If you have any questions, call us 580-248-7826, or you can stop by our office or contact us on Facebook, either way. But hope you guys have a great weekend and be safe. Thanks.